everybody, happy Thursday, Doreen at Door Designs. On today's tutorial, we're going to be doing a Valentine design. And I'm going to be using this white grapevine base. And I'm going to be using some hearts from the Dollar Tree. So my idea, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, so we're going to try this out, is I want to put 3 hearts together and have that come down one side of our design. And then on this side will be our big bow and some greenery with some red and pink florals. So we're going to try this and see if it works. I hope it's going to work. So the hearts came from the Dollar Tree. And actually, I think I had these from last year. I'm just going to cut the tag off up here at the top. And one more. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to take a skewer, put some hot glue on the ends, and stick it through, but not take it clear through to where it sticks out the front. So let's go ahead and see if this is going to work or if it's going to be a flop. And if it doesn't work, I have a backup heart that we can also use on this one. But I really want to try to do it this way. Okay, so there's my red and there's my pink. And I'm going to kind of take these going the opposite direction. So I'm just going to hold that like this. I'm going to take my skewer at the sharp end and let's run it right down through that styrofoam. I don't want to go too far because I don't want it to come through the front. I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to take my second one. And I'm not going to cut this one off yet till I know for sure I've got it far enough down. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So I'm just pushing it straight down. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one off. There we are. Have our first one. Okay, now let's see if I can do this last one without it snapping. Okay. Now this one's going through a little bit easier because the styrofoam's not quite as thick. Okay, I think we got them in there. So I'm going to cut those off. And we'll save those skewers because I'm probably going to have to use them to attach the hearts to the wreath base. Okay, I think we got it. Now let's use our skewers and attach it to the base. Okay, so I'm going to take some hot glue first, and I'm going to put some on the back and press it to there, and then I'm going to run my skewers through it. So let's see how this is going to work. I love trying out new ideas. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And if they don't, you just go to plan B. Use another glue stick here. Okay, guys. We're just going to hold that down. I'm actually going to take this down for a second so I can run the skewer through the back. So you're really not missing anything except me poking holes in this. And I'll show it to you real quick once I get it secured. I'm going to put 2 in the top and then 1 or 2 in the bottom. Okay, the top one's secure. Let's do the bottom one real quick. And then we'll start to add the greenery and some florals. Okay, so after I use the pointed end of a skewer, when I cut the next one, I always take it at an angle, so that way you have a sharp point coming back through. I think we're good. I think I might add just a little glue down here on the bottom just to play it safe. And we'll hold that down just for a second. Okay, so we've got our 3 hearts attached. And you can attach these any way you wanted them. You could use one big one. Like I said, I also had this big heart if you wanted just to add the 1 heart. But I kind of like the red, the pink with the red. So now we're going to go ahead and let's do our bow and get that done. All the ribbons I'm using all came from Craft Outlet. And here's okay, so I think since this has got all the envelopes going one way and stuff, I'm not going to do loops and stuff. I'm just going to do some streamers, I think, with this one. I think I'll do 2. And we'll go back and dovetail them and make them pretty here in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with this one. So I'm just using some different stripes. I've got one with some polka dots on it. And we're just going to bring it down and take it right back up and pinch our loop, twist it, and do the exact same thing. We're going to do some polka dots here. twist it and make your loop coming straight up. You can make your bow as big as you want just by adding more loops. You don't have to use 3 or 4 or 5 different ribbons. It's just as pretty if you use one ribbon. So all the ribbons incorporate the red, white, and the pink. We're getting it nice and full. And I think I'm going to end it with my 2.5 inch with my envelopes on the ribbon with all the different sayings on it. So I'm just going to kind of fluff this out a little bit. Get our zip ties. I'm going to zip tie this down. Nice and tight, and we'll cut the end off. And then I'll move that back around to the back. Okay, I'm going to trim some of these ribbons back a little bit. Bring our loops up. You have a nice pretty bow with your hearts. Now, if you wanted, you could quit here and have a really pretty design, but I want to add some greenery and a little bit of flowers kind of coming up around the bow and around the sides here. So let me get my ribbons real quick out of the way here. The greenery I'm going to use, I got it all at Walmart. I was out running errands today and just happened to be in Walmart, and I walked by the florals. There's our first one. Here's another one. I love this because it's got all the different ferns and the little florals together. And I had one more. Different colors of green, kind of a boxwood look. And then, for those of you who follow me, look how pretty that lavender is. And I got several of those today at Walmart. So we're going to start out using this one. This one has 5 different stems on the bush. And I don't know how much they are because it's not listed on the tag, but they weren't very expensive. They were very well priced. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with this one, and I'm just going to kind of go around the bow. And I like this one, because of the white in it, but it's nice and light and airy. I'm going to take a little piece right in here in the center. I'll show you. I'm going to take this piece and kind of lay it right there in the center to kind of bring the greenery in through the bow. But you can see that it's just going all the way around the bow. I'm going to cut that a little bit shorter. Okay, so we have that. I've got some peonies here, so I just want to see what a couple of, the peonies look like. I'm going to take these. Actually, these leaves aren't too bad. I think I'll leave the leaves on. I'm not gluing these in yet. I'm just placing them to see where I want them. I'm using 3, top on the outside here, and then over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to add another piece right here. I've kind of got a hole that I can see already starting out. See the peonies in there? Okay, then I've got some really pretty soft, the pink and white, and then I have red and white. So I think I'm going to stick a few of those in there. Not a lot, Just a couple. I'm going to spread them apart here. Yeah. And I'm kind of taking them down and tucking them in a little bit behind. Then let's do a couple of red. I want it to go in this one certain spot, and it's not cooperating with me yet. There we go. Dropped one little piece, came off, so I'm going to add that back in. I'm going to add a little piece of the pink. And it was in the 40s today, so I had a bunch of errands, so I wore a hoodie, and I'm getting kind of hot. One more little piece. Okay, let's arrange our ribbons now. Make our bows nice and full. Get our glue strings off. Okay, look how pretty this turned out. So we used a white round grapevine base, 3 hearts from the Dollar Tree. I used the skewers, ran them through the back to attach all of them. I dipped each skewer in the hot glue, attached it through the back. You really can't see the skewers, I was going to show you. Then we made our bow. We used 4 ribbons, 2.5 inch and then 3 1/2 ones. All the ribbons came from Craft Outlet. We used our Greenery that I got from Walmart, and this was the one I used. Did a piece around the outside of the bow, and then came back with 3 florals of the peonies, and it's more of a peony bud. The bush actually had some great big peonies on it too, but I just used 3 of what I'm going to call the peony buds. They haven't really opened up yet. And then I just used some of this pick and just kind of filled in to give it kind of a nice little light, whimsical look to the design. So there you have it, guys, another Valentine design. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And you need to go to the Dollar Tree and get some hearts and a base and try to make this one. It's easy and it's fun. So thank you for watching and have a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.